Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander Score Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got a very cute, adorable, and deadly budget-friendly deck for you. Let's jump into it. So, Gev is so cute. Just look at it. Just like a little lizard dude that will just decimate your opponents. A 3/2 lizard mercenary. Ward, pay 2 life or 2 mana in Rakdos. So low to the ground, but so deadly. Other creatures you control enter with additional counter on them for each opponent lost life this turn. We can just stop there. I mean, the rest of it is, hey, you cast lizard spells, 1 damage target opponent. That's nice. This isn't what this deck is about. We do not care about lizards outside of our commander. Our commander is the lizard king for us. We are going to be decimating our opponents because, very simply, very effectively, it gives us infinite possibilities. Just by having 1 damage out on an opponent or 1 life lost by an opponent, that's all we need. That is all we need in the turn, and all of a sudden, our opponents just lose the game. We've got some crazy combos that we can utilize because this commander just opens up the Pandora's box of persist. That is right. We've got so many ways to do so many crazy things with this commander, and the budget itself is pretty crazy as well. The commander is the only one that's outside of the 50-cent restriction, just barely 68 cents for it. We'll forgive you, Gav, right there. Regardless, every other card in this deck is 50 cents or less. The total budget for this deck, according to Moxville, is just $17.53. So budget friendly. Doesn't include shipping or basics, but you might already have those, or maybe a friend has them for you, or you can just buy them in bulk. Regardless, if you are interested in this crazy deck, make sure you check out that deck list link in the description below. That said, though, let's jump into the tactics. And let's start things off with a bang with the golden pig of this deck, the #1 card ever 99, and that is Murderous Redcap, a 2/2 Goblin Assassin for 4 mana in Rakdos. Enters the battlefield, damage equal to its power to target creature or player. Oh, and by the way, persist. Let's talk about persist and how that works with this commander. When this creature's put in a grave from play, if it had no -1/-1 counters on it, bring it back into play with a -1/-1 counter on it. Now, the rules changed since I was a kid. They used to be like, yeah, you keep track of the counters separately, right? -1/-1, +1/+1. These days, though, those counters cancel, meaning that since our commander is going to be giving out +1/+1 counters, this one is going to be getting a -1/-1 counter, and then all of a sudden, those cancel out, meaning that Murderous Redcap comes back into play with no counters on it at all, every single time it dies. Yeah, this can actually set up our combo again, getting that damage on an opponent, having them lose that life, and saying, Gev, I'd like a counter, please, next time I come back into play, and then all of a sudden, sacrifice with a free outlet, which we'll get to here in a little bit, as many times as you want. That is as much damage as you want to all the creatures, all the players. You win the game. Definitely worthy of the title of the Golden Pig. Next up, though, outside of Murderous Redcap, we've got plenty of other great persisting creatures that can really help us out. Lesser Manticore, a 2/2 Masticore for 2. Discard a card, small price to pay. Pay for 1 damage target creature, that's nice, but more importantly, again, persist. All we need to do is just get this in play, and all of a sudden, we are ready to go once we're set properly. Putrid Goblin, very simple, very effective. 2/2 for 2 mana. Persist. Wing Rattle Scarecrow, a 2/2 for 3 mana. Don't worry about the blue creature and the flying. What we care about is, as long as we control a black creature, like our commander, it has persist. Lingering Tormentor, 4 mana, 2/2 fear. That's nice. Persist. That's all we care about is literally, does it say persist? Puppeteer Click does. 3/2 flyer with persist. Enters the battlefield, put target creature card from the opponent's graveyard on the battlefield under control. It gains haste. At the beginning of your next end step, exile. This can actually do some really weird kind of combo-y things as well, being like, oh, okay, y'all just infinitely get your creatures out of your graveyard. So whatever ETBs, LTBs they have, I can get them again and again and again with minimal setup, again, having a sacrifice out. With that being said, Thunder Blast, another great one as well. 7/2 haste. Tramples on, it's got a -1/-1 counter on it, but it probably will never do that. Persist. That's all we really care about. Finally, Rattle Blaze, Scarecrow, 6 mana, 5/3. Persist as long as you control a black creature. Again, that counts our commander. Has haste as long as you control a red creature. Sure, that doesn't really matter all that much, but we'll take it. Why not? Next tactic, though, persistent problems. Yeah, once we get things going again, Murderous Redcap doesn't need any help, all right? Our other ones might need a little help to win things, though. So we've got Bastion Remembrance. Enters, get a 1/1 human. Nice. More importantly, though, whenever a creature control dies, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. That's going to be happening again and again and again, as many times we need to win. Judith the Scourge Diva, a little pump effect for our creatures, that's nice, but more importantly, non-token creature control dies, 1 damage to any target. So again, take out creatures, take out planeswalkers, take out your opponent's faces. Molten Gatekeeper, creature enters the battlefield under control, 1 damage each opponent. You can also unearth this out of the graveyard, so that can be a great play to say, okay, I'm ready to go now. All of a sudden, I'll pop this into play. I'll get my persist game on and win. Witty Roastmaster, creature enters the battlefield, 1 damage each opponent, exact same thing basically. Falkirath Noble, whenever another creature dies, including our opponents too, drain an opponent for 1. Outpost Siege, kind of the opposite here, but that's fine. Choose Dragons, creature control leaves the battlefield, 1 damage to any target. It doesn't really matter if it's leaving, entering, whatever it is, it's going to be death for our opponents. Vindictive Vampire, creature dies, each damage takes 1 and we gain 1. Finally, Warstorm Surge, creature control enters, deal damage, equal power to any target. Again, doesn't matter if it's 1 power, doesn't matter if it's 10 power, whatever power it is, if we are persisting infinitely, essentially, okay, rules lawyers out there, not infinitely, but still like a trillion, whatever it is, take out all of your opponents and their things. Next up, though, next tactic, Outlet Maw. Yeah, the other, key to success with this deck is having a free sacrifice outlet, and a fantastic one is Viserys here. Sacrifice creature, scry 1. Again, with that persist, even if you don't have the other piece to win, you got that damage dealer, whatever it is, you can just scry until you hit it, thanks to this commander and this setup with persist. Next up, Dark Privilege, ++1 for enchanted creature. Sacrifice creature, regenerate, a great way to protect our commander, and also a great combo piece. Drawshopper, sacrifice creature gets flying. Again, doesn't matter if you just keep giving it flying again and again and again. Who cares? All we care about is a free sacrifice outlet for us. Woe Strider, again, basically like a bigger Viserys here. 0/1 goat when it comes to play, sacrifice a creature, scry 1. You can also escape it out with some counters on it. Yahenni Undying Partisan, creature opponent controls dies, get a counter on this. Sacrifice creature gets indestructible. A great protected sacrifice outlet that can also become a game ender itself. Dimir Houseguard, it's got fear. Cool. Sacrifice creature regenerate. Again, protected sacrifice outlet. And if we don't need that sacrifice outlet, say we need a persist creature, go get that one that costs 4. Transmute this away for 3 mana. Tutor for any card in our deck that costs 4. Falkirath the Aristocrat, another 4 mana outlet for us. Sacrifice creature, indestructible turn if it's human. Cool, get a counter on it. Flesh Eater Imp, this one can actually just win us the game on its own. Flying Infect, sacrifice creature +1/+1 until end of turn. Again, if you persist a creature again and again and again, you can just give this whatever amount of power you want. Yeah, it's going to be able to get through and take out an opponent. And even if you're not going infinite, this can still take out opponents as well. Immersturm Predator, comes tap, exile 1 card from my graveyard, get a counter on this. Great graveyard removal for this, but also sacrifice another creature, indestructible until end of turn. That could be absolutely huge. So again, a protected outlet for us as well. Next tactic, though, Fire Sale. Yeah, we've got some outlets that can help us mess with our opponents as well. Phyrexian Plague Lord. Tap, sacrifice this. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. Sacrifice a creature, -1/-1 to a creature. So yeah, we can actually utilize this to wipe things out while we're getting ourselves set up. Speaking of which, Mind Slash. Pay a single black mana, sacrifice a creature, target opponent reveals their hand. Choose a card from it, the player discards that card. Only time you can play a sorcery. This is not a free sacrifice outlet, but is a repeatable one that is quite cheap. Again, just a single black mana. Yeah, even if you're not set up with like a win condition in play, if you've got your commander, if you've got a persist creature, all of a sudden, you can just wipe out your opponent's hands and they've got nothing. So it's going to be top decking and hoping they can stop you until you actually hit your outlet to win. But instead of us top decking, let's talk about tack number 5, go get it. Yeah, we've got plenty of ways to get us one of our combo pieces, either, like the Lesser Manticore, or whatever we need, those scarecrows with reckless handling. Source for 2 mana, go get an artifact, reveal up in your hand, shuffle, discard a card at random. Artifact is discarded this way, 2 damage each opponent. Hopefully don't discard, our Manticore, but if we do, that's not that big of a deal. Go get the exact card that you need to win most situations. Demonic Bargain, exile the top 13 cards of your library, search life for a card, put in your hand, then shuffle. Chances are incredibly unlikely that we hit every single one of our persist creatures, all 8 of them. We're going to be able to get at least one with them, or, if we need an outlet, whatever we need, we can get it with this, because we've got a lot of redundancy with this deck. The Creation of Avacyn, search life for a card, exile face down, shuffle. The second one is turn the card face up. It's a creature, lose life, lose mana value. The third one is put that card on the battlefield, it's a creature, if not into our hand. So again, if it is that persist creature, goes right into play for us. Grim Servant, we're going to lose a little more life. That's okay, though. Enters the battlefield, destroy a card, mana value, less than or equal to your devotion to black. Reveal it in your hand, then shuffle, lose 3 life. Yeah, we're going to have enough devotion to go get what we need to actually set ourselves up to win. Brain Spoil, we can transmute this one as well for 5 mana, essentially, or the 5 mana value, I should say. 3 mana transmute it, go get anything that costs 5. Yeah, we've got things at 5 that can help us win. We've got some persist creatures right there. Or we can destroy a creature, can't be regenerated. That's not enchanted. That's fine. Coveted Prize is going to cost 1 cast for each creature in a party. That's nice. More importantly, though, search for a card, put in your hand. Fervent Mastery, 5 mana, or 4 if we give an opponent, some cards, essentially. Discard any number of cards that can draw cards. That's fine. Search life for the 3 cards, put them in your hand, then shuffle and discard 3 cards at random. Chances are very likely, if we have enough cards in our hand, we're not going to be discarding all the cards that we needed to win. Final parting. Oh, we get 2 cards. One goes in our hand, the other goes in our graveyard, then shuffle. Again, there are certain ones that we can actually put in our graveyard like that on Earth Creature that can really help us out as part of our win condition. Hoarding Dragon enters the battlefield. Suitor up an artifact, exile, then shuffle. When this dies, you may put the exile card into another's hand. Again, we can actually just use one of our free sacrifice outlets to sacrifice this to get that artifact right into our hand. So that might be that Lesser Manticore. Illicit Shipment, Casualty 3. Search life for a card, put in your hand, then shuffle. So yeah, we can sacrifice a creature to basically tutor twice with this. Or Rest Guest Right, cycle away if you need to. Go get a card, though. Netherborn Phalanx, yet another great transmute card for us. Enters battlefield, you won't lose 1 life for each creature they control. This can actually just be a win condition against certain decks. Again, if someone's got an absurd amount of creature tokens or whatnot in play, say, yeah, goodbye to all of your life. Yeah, goodbye. Or we can transmute it away again for a card that we need to win. Next up, though, dig down. We've got more ways to dig down into our deck, like Faithless Looting. Draw 2, discard 2. You can flash it back again for when you need it. Shadows of the Past throughout the game. This can do so much work for us, or on the turn that we're going off, too. Whenever a creature dies, scry 1. So yeah, throughout the game, any creature dying, token, non-token, ours or opponents, doesn't matter. Dig down into your deck to get to what you need. And also, if you just have that persist creature in that outlet but not a win condition yet, scry down to whatever you need in your deck and get it right on top. Sign in Blood, target player draws 2, loses 2. Dire Sight, basically Read the Bones, but with Surveil. Surveil 2, draw 2, lose 2, so some great card selection and advantage there. And Read the Bones, there you go. Scry 2, draw 2, lose 2. 1 life for 1 card, of course, is always going to be worth it in my opinion. Now, we already talked about some ways to throw a wrench in our opponent's plans. Let's move on to this tactic. Smash to bits. Feed the Swarm is a great one. Search our creature or enchantment. Opponent controls. We lose some life. You'll have mana value, but that is okay. Rakdos Charm. Exile target player's graveyard. Search target artifact. Each creature deals 1 damage to its controller. Pick whatever you need for the situation that you're in. Bedevil. Destroy an artifact, creature, or planeswalker. Oblivion Stone. Wipe out so many things. Well, you can put a fate counter on one thing if you need to, but yeah, just pay 5 tap, sacrifice. Everything is gone that does not have a fate counter on it. Neb's Disc, pay 1 tap, destroy all artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. Enters battlefield, taps away to turn to do this. Invasion of Fioria. When enters the battlefield, choose one or both. Destroy all ledger creatures, all non-ledger creatures. If you want to keep your commander in play, yeah, let's just do that. That's fine. If you don't need to, then yeah, just wipe everything out. It flips over into Marchesa, Menace Death Touch. When it attacks, remove all counters, start to 1 target perp. Begin for upkeep if you haven't been dealt combat damage since your last turn. Draw a card, lose 1 life. So some nice, potential card draw there. Necromantic Selection, a 1-sided board wipe in a way. Get rid of all creatures, you bring 1 back into play. It's a zombie. Cool. Zombie Gev. Why not? Decree of Pain, another great way to just wipe out creatures and get value, though. Destroy all creatures can't be regenerated. Draw a card for each creature destroyed this way. So a great way to set yourself up with a massive next turn. Next up, though, our next tactic is Firestarter. First up, there's Wayfarer's Bauble. Pay 2 tap, sacrifice, get it basic land and play tap. Everflowing Chalice, pay 2 tap taps for 1, 4 tap taps for 2, etc., etc. Arcane Signet, very efficient, very effective. Cost 2 taps for 1, either of our colors. Then we've got Charcoal Diamond, enters tap, taps for a black. Fire Diamond, exact same thing, but taps for a red. Felwar Stone, depending on our opponent's half, which could be our colors, it can tap for those. Mind Stone, taps for our colors, pay 1 tap, sacrifice, draw a card. Prismatic Lens can filter our mana if we need it. Rakdos Signet filters our mana already. And Worn Power Stone, cost 3, enters battlefield tapped, and taps for 2. Very efficient and very effective. But now our final tactic, Great Lands, and we've got some amazing utility lands that can really help us out with this deck. First up, Barbarian Ring. Yeah, it can deal damage to us. No, that's okay. We don't really care all that much, all right? We're going to win anyways because Threshold, pay up red. Tap, sacrifice this, 2 damage to any target. So this can actually be the way that we can get to that damage on an opponent, the way that we can set ourselves up for that victory when we need it. Blighted Gorge, pay 4 taps, sacrifice 2 damage to our creature or player. Immerstrom Skullkarn, this one we pay 4 taps, sacrifice 3 damage to target player. They discard a card as well. Jagged Barrens, enters battlefield tap, enters 1 damage to target opponent. Again, 1 is all we need. That's all we need to get Gev going. Piranha Marsh, enters the battlefield tap. then target player is going to lose 1 life as well. Tap straight black. Ramonap Ruins. We can tap for a color or tap for red, but we pay 1 life to do so, or pay 4 tap, sacrifice a desert, 2 damage to each opponent. Wrath's Edge, pay 4 tap, sacrifice any land, 1 damage to our creature or player. Zenzia Bloodhaul, 5 and tap, 2 damage to our creature or target player or planeswalker. That's all we need to do. Spikefield Hazard, just a simple 1 mana MDFC. The backside's land if we need it. The front side, though, 1 damage to any target for a single red mana, instant speed. This can get us going. Zoff Consumption as well if we need it. 6 mana, essentially. Each opponent loses 4 life, and you gain 4 life. Again, whatever we need. Even our lands can actually help us out in getting things going with this commander. But now as this episode is coming to a close, it's time for me to hear from you. So in the comments below, let me know your thoughts are on this budget build. And yeah, if you are interested in this one, again, very budget friendly, make sure you check out that deck list link in the description below. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. We also have a ton of brand new t-shirt designs in stock, so make sure you check out those as well. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.